is a pioneer of the sport, considered by many people to be one of the greatest grapplers ever. He's a practitioner that actually revolutionized the sport of jiu-jitsu and grappling, and his influence is still evident today. World champion multiple times over, also a mixed martial arts fighter who has faced some of the best in the world in some of the biggest arenas in that sport, and someone who I have trained on the mats of justice with for over 20 years, and who's been a close friend of mine that whole time, through many ups and downs, through victories and defeats, through struggles of life on and off the mat. Master of jiu-jitsu, and more important, a friend of mine, my brother, Dean Lister.
You guys, I'd say, hey, want to train at 6 in the morning tomorrow? We'll be there at 5:30, just because why not? Why be late, you know? How about 9 o'clock at night? Yeah, sure. No, you'll do it, no problem. Mm-hmm. Jocko helped me cut weight one time. Remember this? I was fighting at 185 for the belt at King of the Cage. And 2 weeks before the fight, this is, of course, a fight now, Jocko was like, Dean, you look kind of muscular. Like, are you, say muscular. You said, you're looking a little beefy, heavy. Like, what's up? And I go, well,
you know. Fat.
Yeah, probably you did. You're looking a little heavy, buddy. And I went, you go, how much do you weigh? I go, I'm 218. And you went, Dean, what weight are you fighting in 2 weeks? I went 185. And Jocko went, really? Don't you understand that 33 pounds is like an issue? And well, my friend, this is, I was 24, 25 years. My friend Tony's like, oh yeah, you lie down in the bathtub full of Epsom salt and you lose 20 pounds like in an hour, no problem. I'm like, okay. Jocko's like, did you try it yet? I'm like, no. Dean, you lazy get some Epsom salt, try it tonight, let me know. I'm like, okay. I'm all confident. I go get Epsom salt, I get this alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, pour in the bath. I lie down. 30 minutes later, I get out. I lost like half a pound. I'm like, not 20, half a pound. I call Jocko. Jocko's like, what happened? And I'm like, or input or something like some military report, yes, reconnaissance, whatever, and field report. So I'm like, Jocko, how much did you lose, you mother? And I'm like, I think I was like 3/4 of. I think I exaggerated.
You rounded up.
3/4. Yeah, it was like you mother. Maybe at the beach by my house is where you saw both houses. I don't know.
Yeah.
Long Branch.
Yeah.
And at 6 in the morning, and I go there, and Jocko's like, next 2 weeks you could have like a can of tuna per day. And we're going to run. And 3 hours, Jocko ran it with me, by the way. Most people don't do that.
Was that you?
Oh, no. That was Caro, the same guy against Rico.
Oh,
and
that's right.
He was unconscious.
Just went unconscious. But not just unconscious where you wake up like 30 seconds later. Unconscious. From a grappling match, bro.
His coach is like, oh, he's fine. I'm like, he's okay. He's like, oh, he's fine. He's like, he's not moving. He's not moving. And I'm like, I think I see his chest moving also. Like, he's not dead. I'm like, are you sure? No, he's fine. He's trying to pick him. The guy's like limp. The guy's so tough, didn't tap to that head and arm. But match was over. We're walking to the venue. We parked 2 blocks down, and Jocko had these sunglasses on, and there was these 2 ghetto dogs, and these were pissed off dogs that were barking. And Jocko went like this, and he stared at the dog, and the dogs went like that. It's funny because I'm like 19, you were probably like 25, and the dogs they were real confident, and you gave them that devil stare, and they kind of backed up. They were still barking, but and they needed this. There was a fence between us, but yeah. First time I seen a man just punk 2 dogs with his eyeballs. Yeah, it was awesome. Kind of motivated me for the match. Until Margarita came down for the last 3 matches. I'm shadow boxing. Everyone's wrestling with their coach. I'm just like shadow boxing. I look like a weirdo. By the way, I didn't think I was going to be in the tournament, so I wore my Brazilian tighties because I don't usually fight or compete in those. I usually wear surf trunks, but I'm like, in case I'm invited, I'll put my sweatpants over these. So I'm in my basically Speedos, warming up, shadow boxing all by myself. And I look up, and there's just only Brazilian girls looking down at me. And I'm like, oh, damn. And one girl goes, hey, come here. And I shouldn't have done it, but, this girl could have been on the cover of a magazine, and I wanted. She said, "Hey, como você tá? How are you doing?" And my Portuguese was not that good back then. I was like, "Oh, eu tô bem. I'm good. How are you?" And she said, in Portuguese. She said, "Oh, you're not Brazilian, are you?" And I said, "No." And she went, and she turned her back and walked. She called me over and then turned me away. It's jacked up. So I'm like, "All right, Lister, stop, focus." And then I got through this thing. And then at this moment, I don't know why this is, but the champion gets like 95% of the attention. The guy who took second is equal level of me. Maybe he could beat me a different day. I must admit, I'm not going to say I can never lose to that guy. He's really good. But I have a line, 1,000 people are waiting to meet me and take pictures with me. So I'm still in my Brazilian tighties, and I'm giving guys like, "Hey, what's up?" Hey, and girls, "Hey, kids," and take a picture. And after a half hour, I see this girl, like 8 people down, going like, "Hi, remember me? Hi." And I'm like mental note, like, so she waited like an hour to meet me, and she finally, with an earshot, she's like, in Portuguese, "Remember me? Hey, I knew you could do it." She's saying this in Portuguese, and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." So she gets up to me, and I'm sure the average guy would have caved into this, but I skipped her just like that, and she had this little puppy dog look with this hurt eyes on her.
Cold-blooded.
That was like
You were the true
my
champion.
moral victory of that day. It was awesome. Little military gas mask on the treadmill. You're like, "Dean, put this on." I'm like, "What the hell?" And I look like from a damn horror movie, like with the. And so now everyone's wearing gas masks, training masks when they train. But these aren't real gas masks. This is actual. And I'm running. Jocko's like, "If you slow down, we're adding another 20 minutes." I'm like, "Okay." I did it. I didn't complain, but yeah, we were like doing stuff before most people. It was good times.
Right now.
Well, I'll say, but okay. So I was not. Maybe I was in Pride at the time. Jocko went to Afghan. You were somewhere.
I think it was my first deployment to Iraq
for a couple months, and
then it was maybe I was just doing a workup. Or
maybe I'm not sure, but you were gone, and you come back, and my mom had this medication. I had acne, and I'll take this. It was some kind of antibiotic. It helped it, but I didn't know. It made me really weak and took my endurance away. This is actually true. This is not an excuse. This is an
excuse. That's fine.
Sure. So Jocko comes back, and I'm not really feeling like it. Jocko's like, "Let's train." I'm like, "Okay." And Jocko like kicks my ass, and Jocko's like, literally, he's angry. He's like, "You lazy motherfucker! I'm in the desert. I'm doing this, and you're sitting on your ass here in San Diego doing nothing, and I kick your ass." And I'm like, I'm just like, I'm like ashamed of myself because, and then you go away for like a month somewhere. You're gone, and I'm like. But that medication was for 10 days, and I stopped taking it. I feel strong again. I'm like, "Oh, I understand now." So I'm training. I'm like, when the guy comes back, I can't wait for this. I made a CD. It's "Kill Jocko," and it had like Korn and Metallica and all these like. And so Jocko came in. I'm like, "Hey, Jocko," and I put the CD in, and we trained, and that was my day, I guess. I think I was like talking shit to you, like you.
Yeah, Dean is
my feelings were hurt.
Good at talking about. And here's what sucks for me is so if both of us are on point, I'm catching a beat down. If both of us are bringing our A game, I'm catching a beat down. If Dean's bringing his A game and I'm bringing my weak game, I'm catching a beat down. If I'm bringing my full A game and Dean's having a horrible day, I can do like barely okay. So it's
you have your days, brother. You have your days.
The really good days that I have are very few. I have to earn them. I'll put it to you that way. I have to earn them. And then so you do UFC. You do decent UFC. You had some tough fights. You had some good fights.
Top 3-4 ranked